Good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening or morning or the afternoon, depending on where you are in the world and when you're watching. You're watching on Catch Up. My name is Heather Thomas. I am the Songbird Stamper and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Fareham in the United Kingdom. And it's Thursday night at 8 p.m. and I've hopped on live to do a little crafting with you all. I thoroughly enjoy these sessions, so thank you to everybody who kind of turns up and everyone who's subscribed to my channel. Much appreciated. So I thought I'd have a quick play with the Reach for the Stars bundle. I was lucky enough to kind of get this through the Artisan Design team. I did make 2 cards for them, but actually I'm not all that pleased with them. I don't know. I had grand plans, but nothing kind of would come out into paper. For me. And they haven't been released yet, so I can't share those with you. Hey, Carol, nice to see you this evening. But I thought we'd have a play. I normally have something made for this, but I haven't. We're going to make a fun fold card. So we're not making this one. Hello, Becky. Hey, Wendy. This was given to me by a lovely demonstrator from the US. She sent this over to me, Donna Marshall. So thank you, Donna. And I was actually just tidying up my craft room this evening because the whole house has had a bit of a revamp. The mess was getting on top of us. So we've had a bit of a declutter and a bit of a sort out, a bit of a clean. Hey, Shaz. Nice to see you this evening. Hey, Joanna. And she gave me this card and it's been on display since... I can't even remember when it was sent, but I mean, it's a Valentine's Day card. So maybe since February. It's a long time, isn't it? So I thought we'd have a go at making this fold. So I'm going to show you how to make this fun fold. I've made one of these before, but a completely different size. So this is all imperial, the measurements, and I'm just going to copy it. We're going to go for the imperial measurements as well. But using the Stargazing suite. So a little bit different. So you need a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock to make this one. Stampin' Up do all the brights, subtles, neutrals, regals, or just white. White cardstock. I'm not sure if we've got black 12 by 12 anymore, but this is Azure Afternoon. So we're going blue this evening. So we're going to go 12 by 6, which is great. You'll get 2 of these cards out of one sheet of 6 by 6, 12 by 12. And we're going to cut it at 6. Now, I should have practiced this. This could go horribly wrong very quickly. I haven't tried it. I was like, yeah, I've made one of these before. It'll be fine. So we are going to score... it's 2, 2, 4, 2, and 2. And then height-wise, 1.5. So each panel. This is. Can you see what I'm doing? Am I making any sense at all? So it's 2, 2, 4, 2, 2, which makes the 12 inches. Hey, Mary, nice to see you. Mary, I've got your parcel. It's going in the post tomorrow. I can only apologise. It's a little bit delayed, so I'm going to get that in the post to you tomorrow. I meant to text you today to let you know. But yeah, we diverge. So, and this is 1.5, and this is 1.5, and this centre one is 3. Okay. So what we're going to do is turn it that way up, and I am going to cut. I'm going to measure it up at 1.5. So I'm going to mark it up at 1.5. I haven't even got my imperial thing on the thinger. Did you know the Stampin' Up trimmer comes with a metric and an imperial guide? So this one's metric. So you can see down here, I've got the metric measurements. And then you just pop it out and you can replace it then with the imperial one. Really handy. Love that. So if you didn't know you can do that, you can. You make a similar fold every year. Oh, my Stampin' Up order is stuck as well, Mary. Yes, it's in picking still. Hey, Louisa. Make a fold very similar to this every year for your granddaughter. Each little panel has a photo from the previous 12 months. Oh, how cute is that? She's 6 next week, so this weekend I'll make the card. Oh, that's lovely. So on each panel there's a photograph. I like that. That's a lovely idea. So yeah, I'm going to measure this and line it up at 1.5 on this side here, 1.5 inches. And then using this cutting blade, I'm just going to have to stand up and reach over. I'm going to cut it from 2 inches down to 10 inches. And all you do to do that, I'm hoping you can see, you line the trim, the cutting blade at the 2, push down and draw down to the 10. And that gives you a cut line in the middle. Hi Claire, yeah, we're all good, thank you. And then again, line it up at 1.5 and do exactly the same on the other side. So line the trimmer up, and the blade, just in case you haven't seen, the blade has got a little mark. Come on, camera, just here. And that's where you line up. So when I say line it up, that's what you're going to line up. So 1.5. Measure, line that up against the 2. Push it down, and then cut down to the 10. Okay, that's all the cutting we need to do. So we're now going to move the trimmer, the cutting blade, out of the way. And then what we can do is score at 2 inches. I'm going to score from the bottom up to the cut line and from the cut line up to the top. And then we're going to move it across to 4 inches. And we're going to score all the way down. I'm so hoping this is right. It looks right. Then we're going to come all the way across. Just move my computer out of the way. So from 4 inches, we're going to move it up to 8 inches. And then score all the way across. And then we're going to move it up to 10 inches. And on this side again, we are just going to score up to the cut line, and from the cut line up to the top. You can score all the way across. Donna has. That's how she's done it. She's scored all the way across. But so it doesn't matter if you want to do that. But I tend not to, because it just makes this panel a little bit stronger. And that then should be us. And then what we want to do is the first 2 score lines want to be valley folds. So we're going to fold them like a valley. The next 2, and we're just doing the outer ones for the moment, the next 2 are going to do mountain folds. And we can crease these all in a minute. We're just getting the bases of it done. Then we're going to have valley folds. And then we're going to have mountain folds. Okay, so we've got valley, mountain, valley, mountain. And then in this middle one, we're going to have a valley fold and then a mountain fold. And that then is going to mean that the whole thing closes up, just like that. Phew. Okay, and then you can crease all of those score lines, however you choose to. You can do them all in one go like I'm doing here, or you can open it up and do them all separately. Okay, and then we've got some designer series paper. So we've got, has anybody seen the Stargazing designer series paper? It is beautiful. But yeah, that's it, folds up. It's pretty, isn't it? So this is the Stargazing designer series paper. It comes with holographic foil. Well, it doesn't come with, but you know, the suite comes with. So you get that gorgeous, it looks like sea. You can see my face. Then you've got this purple, beautiful purple one. And then you've got this kind of normal holographic silver. You get 2 sheets of each in a pack of the holographic. And you can, and then this is some of the paper. You got a paper share of it. Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Have you done anything with it, Joanna? 86 to 87. So this is the this is the May to April 23 to 24. So the current annual catalogue. And the Stargazing suite is this one. So the holographic foil is £9.50. The paper is £11.75, and the bundle is £50.25. And that's the suite here. Oh, you haven't. My might inspire you tonight then to get it out and have a play. As you can see, I've cut lots of planets out. Some of these were used on my artisan project. Some I had grand plans for. I was going to make a mobile. Okay, I was going to make a hanging mobile with astronauts and spaceships and planets. It looked so cool in my head, but I didn't get around to it. And then this is the paper. So there's all my planets that I've cut out. Look, so we might use some of those today. We'll see what they look like on the paper. They're gorgeous. Look at those bright coloured ones, though. Oh, and I sat there and fussy cut them and didn't realise the blooming dies cut them out. They've cleverly done the dies the right size. Hey, Chris. Nice to see you. You may have bought a pack or 3 in the last month's sale. I will love that, Wendy. I love that. So yeah, these dies cut out the so it cuts them out just ever so slightly smaller, but that's actually good because it means you don't get any of the black. I think that one will cut that one out. Yeah. This one would cut this little green one out. I know, right, Wendy? I could not. I just because I don't really dies aren't my go-to thing, so I just sat there and fussy cut them all one evening. I had a lovely, kind of had a lovely time. I was getting a bit bored of it, I must say, by the end. But yeah, the dies cut out the planets for anybody who is considering purchasing this suite. So that's those, and then we've got some papers. The rest of the dies, you've got these gorgeous stars. That is fire coming out the back of the, I was going to call it an aeroplane, a spaceship, back of the spaceship. And then you've got the astronaut, the spaceship. And this is like a ring. These are rings to go around the planets. Hello, Louise. Thank you for hopping on. And then you've got these, like, it's a bit of an embossing die. It doesn't actually cut. It embosses, so you could get some texture into the paper. That one there and that one there. So those are the dies. But first of all, we just need to figure out what paper we want to use. So we've got this one, which is, oh, they're absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful papers. I think that come from there. Might have been from a different one. No, it's definitely the reverse of that one somewhere. Spaceman. Astronaut. Oh, yeah, papers. And then the backs of them are lovely. So you've got the space. Look at that. Gorgeous. Ah, lovely. One of the packs of this. They're so nice. And then you've got the planets on the other side. You've got this one with this pink and this blue constellation. I might choose some of this. And then that's the back side of that one. They're lovely, aren't they? And then that one. Okay, you could just do a whole scrapbook page, I think, with that, and then put photos over it. You've got that one. That's like with a big pink kind of asteroid spout, I don't know, and then green, beautiful green. Yes, you do need to crack yours open, Katie. And then there's another sheet of all the planets with that one on the back. So we definitely need some planets, but we're going with a space theme for the background of the card. So I think we're going to go with this. So just need to now figure out how to cut it into panels. So I might just go wild. To be fair, I don't really know a lot of, people that I can give this kind of a card to. So I feel like I can use the middle of the designer series paper. You did only just get them. You did only just get them last week, Katie. So you absolutely got time to spare. So this is 6 inches by 2 inches. So we want 5 and depends if we do a big border or a small border. We want 5 7/8 by 1 7/8. I'm going to say. So 5 7/8 is going to cut us to there. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off the bottom here, just so I get more of that constellation in. And then I'm going to cut the whole thing, am I, to 5 7/8? No. I'm going to cut 5 7/8 by 1 7/8. We're going to do it one panel at a time. It's about there. By 1 7/8. Going for a walk after dinner, looking for wild bunny. Ah, how cute. So that one's going to go on there like that. I think I'm actually just going to panel it all the way across. So wish me luck. So I am going to cut it all the way across at 5 7/8. No, I'm not, because I'm going to have to, aren't I? Now I've cut it there. So we're going to get more pink at the top. But oh, that's okay. That's okay. So let's line the cut line up there. Come right across. So then we can just cut the next one at 1 7/8. Sorry, I am literally making this up as I go. So 1 7/8. And then the next piece wants to be at 3 7/8. And then it's going to be at 1 7/8 and 1 7/8. This is why I don't normally wing things. So then you're going to take, I'll show you what we've got so far. So I've just laid them out on the card like that. And then what we're going to do is cut down each of these middle ones. Okay, let's go for it. So we've got this one here. This is the second panel. So from left to right, second panel. And we're going to cut this one down to 1. So it was 1 3/4. So, sorry, it was 1 1/2. So we want 1 3/8. And that's going to go in that panel there. And then I'm just going to trim a teeny bit off. We're going to have to trim off 1/4 inch. And then we can do it at, just say that was 3, so that's going to be 2 7/8. That's going to go in the middle. Okay, I'm going to put the instructions for this in my VIP group. So anybody who wants the measurements for this, do come and join my VIP Facebook group, the Songbird's Nest, because I think you guys are going to want the measurements for this. And then that bottom piece is going to go exactly in there at the bottom. So that's cool. So the next one we want exactly the same. So we're going to trim it at 1 3/8. That's going to give us our top panel. We're going to trim off 1/4 inch. And then we're going to cut it to 2 7/8 inch. That's the middle center panel. And then this one here will go on the bottom. One more of those. So we're going to cut it at 1 3/8 inch. I'm totally not keeping up with the chat, so apologies. I'm just trying to get my measurements right. And then we're going to trim it, trim a 1/4 of an inch off. And then we're going to cut it at 2 7/8. And then this piece will fit in the bottom. And then we've got one last panel which will go straight on. Whew, it's looking good. So let's bring that back in, and I think we'll just go ahead and stick those panels down. And that looks like that then, all the way across with that nice blue background. I think the blue background works. Tell me if you don't think it does, but I think it works. Tell me before I stick it all down. Did I finish parrot? Talking about parrot. Oh, you love watching someone else working things out creatively, Wendy. Well, that's good, because that's where we're at tonight. Normally I've got things prepared. I'm actually not convinced by this blue background. I might just try a white one. Or does it need a darker one? Let me see what we've got. Wondering if it needs a Night of Navy background. Do it look better on a dark background? Or a black? I don't know if I've got a black. Ah, thanks, Cindy. What do you reckon? Blue? Night of Navy? No, that doesn't work, does it? Or I've got white or black. Don't want to get my panels out of order. You want the navy again, Katie? I don't think it worked. No, maybe. Oh, we've got white. And this is why Do you think it needs a dark blue? Yes, I think it needs a dark blue too. So I don't think white's going to work, is it? Black look like nighttime. White looks quite bright. Okay, got to make a decision. Rubbish at making decisions. Black is too dark. Blue it is then. Should we go navy? Should we go navy? And then I can blame you guys if it doesn't work. I mean, it only took seconds to make the card base. I'll probably make something else with that blue one. And you get to see me make the card base again. Starry Sky. I wonder what paper it is. What colour is it on the thingy? Basic blackberry burst, blackberry bliss, blueberry bushel, crushed curry, floated flamingo, fresh freesia, lemon lime twist, night of navy, orchid oasis, pumpkin pie, starry sky, and Tahitian pie. Let me see if I've got starry sky, and then we'll try one last thing. I mean, it's highly likely that I have got starry sky in here. That's starry sky. I don't think, no, I think navy. Navy. Let's go for it, peeps. Decision made. Starry sky was a good suggestion. I just think it's a little bit too bright to match those papers. Okay, so it was 6 by 12. So you're going to cut it to 6. And then we're going to line it up at 1.5. Score a cutting tool to 2 and down to 10. Turn it over. 1.5. You just ran to get your craft room to get the name. It's I haven't really used those colours a great deal. I actually just kind of really dived into Tahitian Tide and Orchid Oasis to make some swaps for this weekend, which came out really good actually. That was last week's YouTube live as well. So at the 2-inch, we're going to go from the top just out to the outer score lines, then 4 all the way down. Open the trimmer arm out. 8, and then at the 10, we are just going to do again the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to stick these panels on before I score it, I think. Yes. Hey Gina, just got here. Bless you. Did you have your tea? Yeah, team training this weekend. So with my upline. So that there's 25 of us going, I think, which is going to be amazing. Always good fun. And then just stick these panels on one by one. I mean, it's only a small border, so of the cardstock. I think we were all in agreement that blue cardstock just poked through a little bit too much, especially because we've got the kind of spread of the starry sky going across. How many in my down? I've got 9 in my direct team, and between my team, if you were going to be dropping off, say goodbye to them, sadly. But we've got about 6 or 7 in that team as well, in the kind of their down lines. Lovely size. Lovely size. It is. It's absolutely amazing. They seem to like me too. They put up with me. They're a lovely bunch, and we get together once every 2 months for our own team training as well, which we have at a lovely cafe. I've just confirmed the date for August, so that's great news. We meet at a lovely cafe and do 2 hours worth of crafting in their booked out the barn, and then we all have lunch afterwards together, which is amazing. I'm not bad, Gina. Bless you. You're not bad either. No, you're absolutely. They're all the team are lovely. It's so nice, and to see friendships being formed is great. Right, so now we just stick these down in order. We are nearly at the end, but just want to make sure we get each one up the right way as well. We've worked quite hard to cut them out. Oh, honestly, it's so lovely. That's one of the reasons I do absolutely love Stampin' Up for the community. That's what they say. People join for the discount. I did. And they stay for the community. I did. And now I just absolutely love teaching people how to craft. This looks much better. Good choice, guys. Yes, very good choice for this navy. I love seeing people's crafting develop as well. I had one of my team join who'd never crafted before, and it's been an absolute delight to watch her gaining in skills and confidence. That one's a bit skewy, annoyingly, but there's a bit of a bigger gap in between that one and the last one, but that's okay. Oh, doesn't it? Yes, that looks much better, Wendy. Much better. Good choice. So we're going to go valley fold for these first two, then mountain fold, then valley fold, then mountain fold. That's the outside ones, and the inside ones have actually just gone with it as well, valley then mountain. And so that's going to go on there like that. It's going to open up like that. And then we can just bend fold these, try and get them to line up. So I think that's enough. And now we just get to decorate. So we can, let's do, I want to do the spaceman heat embossed onto this silver foil because he looks so cool. Heat embossed onto everybody. If everybody didn't know, you can heat emboss onto foil, which is a great technique. So I would suggest just using your embossing buddy. No, I wouldn't suggest using your embossing buddy. That's just got that's made it look all funny. But there we go. Well, that'll do. And then grab your block and your Versamark. And we're going to heat emboss it in silver. I'm sure I used my embossing buddy when I did this last time. So we're going to grab some silver embossing. Now the trick to this is it's really slippery. So you ink up your stamp, and then this is going to be really slippery when you put it down. So you've just got to be really careful and place it down gently. And then lift it off. We might do the spaceship the same way as well, just to keep some consistency. And then we can powder over him. And we're going to die cut him out anyway, so it doesn't matter. We've got a little bit of excess just around here. I tend to just use my finger, or you can use a paintbrush, but that's how he's come out. Oh, never try. I wondered if a few people might not have tried this, and it looks fab. I love it. And then you just heat emboss it just like normal. You don't need to do anything differently. And there he is. So it does curl the foil ever so slightly. So when it's cooling down, I just use my fingers. Ah, lots of you not done it. Honestly, it's not, I wouldn't say it's tricky. Just go gently, just place it down, and then try not to, don't kind of do it straight down rather than at an angle. Because if you put it on at an angle, whereas the paper would grab it, the foil, it will just slip and slide. So this I did do on my artisan project, but you can't really tell. Whereas look, you can really tell that's got the shimmer and shine to it. And then we can use the dies to cut him out. So this one just lines up. It's got a bit of tape on it already. I did try, the other thing I thought would be really cool with this is to do some mirror stamping and mirror die cutting, but I couldn't get my head around it on the day I was trying to do it. I haven't done it for a long time. So I wanted the spaceman both sides so I could then glue them together. I'm glad you like it. So that's just going to run through the cut and emboss machine. Nicknamed the toaster. And here he is. One spaceman. So I'm thinking because that's not got a join in it, it's not folding, that one and that one are not folding, we can just put our spaceman here. So we're going to kind of line it all up. Oh, the kissing technique. That's where you have like one blocky image stamp and one like pattern stamp and you just kiss them together. Haven't done that for a long time either. And then it's whether I do the same for the spaceship or I do the spaceship differently. The spaceship. It's a bit of practice this. So just while I delay tactics, I'm just going to mount this stamp. I think it might look quite good. I wonder if it would look good black heap embossed. We could try it, couldn't we? But then spaceships are normally silver. Mirror, yeah, the mirror technique's lovely. I mirror stamping I'm confident with, but it was the mirror die cutting that I wasn't so confident with. Just my head was not, my brain was not having it. I think I'm going to go exactly the same technique. I think I'm just going to go straight onto this silver, this holographic foil. I don't want to waste any of it, so I'm just cutting it out. And then we can stamp that straight onto there. Yeah, that's just a little bit more. There is a way. What I need to do is just sit down and relearn it, relearn the way, and then I can demonstrate it. Maybe that would be a good one to do one day for a live. So again, just make sure you go down gently. If you've got some form of a stamping platform as well, that would really help. But it's just making sure it doesn't kind of come away with you. So I've got a little bit more that time where I didn't use the embossing buddy. So it obviously did help. I just needed to get rid of the excess powder. Again, we are going to cut round this. Lovely. And I would normally fussy cut it, but seeing as I've got the dies out, I'm going to die cut it. Yeah, it's good to revisit these techniques, isn't it? Because if we don't use them, we can quite easily forget how to do them. And there is our spaceship. Come on, card. Come on. So we've got our astronaut, I can't see it, astronaut and our spaceship. So those two are going to go there. And then one of these is going to be the front of the card. So as you fold it up, the spaceship's going to be the front of the card. So what we're going to do now is cut some planets and things to go around it. So where I've got kind of half planets, that's where they're going to kind of poke into the card. So over this side, I'm going to chop them in half and do kind of multiples. Let's move that along there. But it really is just a case of grabbing some. So I wonder if this big one would look good, maybe off-centered just in the middle here. We could add in some pink ones as well because we've got some pink here. So we're just going to need to play jiggery-pokery a little bit with some of these. Ah, no worries. No worries. Mum calls. I wish my mum would call. My mum's not with us anymore, sadly. Make the most of it, that's what I say. So I might use this dark pink one as well. So again, you can use the dies if you want to. Even for these half ones, you just line them up. Or you can snip. The trick is just to try and keep going round. And it doesn't matter too much if you get a bit of black. But that can kind of come in at the side there. Oh, anniversary today, Shaz. You never forget. You never forget. We didn't even have the best of relationships, but, you know, still your mum, isn't it? We did more towards the end when she was ill. My mum had motor neurons disease, which is very, very cruel. But, you know, we had time. We had time at least. And she had all her kind of faculty, all her mind, all the way till the end. And that is a blessing. Okay, so we've got some little ones. So the little ones, obviously, you do want either to come, the flat edge, especially on a card like this, the flat edge is going to be all the way along like this. 19. Wow, Shaz, that's hard, isn't it? Hard. Yep, there's nothing quite the same as losing a parent, I don't think, because you only get one. Cannot be replaced. Let's have a look at this one. This has got rings around it as well. So that could go kind of in there like that. So I'm just going to go chop to create a straight line. So to cut the edge off one of them, just chop with a pair of snips. And then you get that like that. This one here I'm going to use the trimmer for. Because I don't trust myself with the snips. I don't think they're big enough either. So we're just going to chop. Yeah, Katie, I get that for sure. So that's going to go across there like that. I don't think it looks weird. Tell me if you think that looks weird, but I think it's okay going across the panel. Oh, it's looking all right, isn't it? Sometimes it's so hard with cards that are purely in my head. I want the earth as well, so I might die cut the earth. Sometimes it just doesn't come out. What I was going to do today was it should have worked as well. So gilding flakes onto embossing paste, but it just didn't work. The embossing, I tried a brand new embossing paste as well, so it was wet enough. So this one's just going to go on there like that, and I'm going to die cut that out. But the embossing powder just wouldn't stick. It just kept brushing off. I mean, some of it stuck, but no, it didn't look like I wanted it to. And we were going to do gold with Blackberry Bliss. So it's going to be amazing. And then out of nowhere, I've absolutely no idea where this came from. So that's it cut out by the die, which is so much easier. So yeah, highly recommend using dies. What do we need? We need more, lots more. Let's go for another green one. And then we're going to do some stars as well. So I might cut some of the stars so I've got a bit of an idea where they're going to go. They're going to get die cut those out of the foil. So you can see how long this would have taken me to cut all these, because you've got to be, you don't want the black line. And neither do you want them jaggedy. Russ had a go as well. It was, I was doing them on the sofa. It's going to go up there. What other colours do we want? We could have, is it weird to have two earths? Let's have another pink one. Ah, thanks, Joanna. It's fun. So the winner of our last, I didn't do one from last week, last week's YouTube live, but the couple of weeks before that, the winner was Mary. So Mary, you've got a card in your parcel that's coming out to you. So hopefully you will like that. And then what I'm going to do this time, so this one, because I want a right angle, and I know I'm not probably, I'm just going to chop it an angle. I'm going to use the trimmer for that as well. What I'm going to do for this is a little bit different. So I'm not going to do a random giveaway. Are you all ready? I hope you're all ready and listening, because this is it now. The first person who shouts in the comments, so get ready, with the age of someone they'd like to send this card to, I'm going to put the age on it and then send it to you. So Katie, you're too quick. Who's this for? Is it for Ethan? If it's for Ethan, he can have it for sure. Very quick fingered. Shaz 9, bless you. Katie, she was farted. Oh, bless him. He'll enjoy this. That's November, I think. Is it November? Or are you just going to give it to him as a 12? No, it's going to be it'll have to be for his birthday. You'll pop it somewhere safe and give it to him. Because I wanted to put an age on, so I'm going to make it age specific using the die sets with the numbers on. I can't even remember what they're called. 38, your daughter. Oh, bless you. Lots of numbers there coming in, but Katie was fast fingered today, rapid fire. So well done, Katie. Thank you. I'll pop that in the post to you. Okay, I'll probably give it to you when I see you next. And it will go to a good home. I'm going to have another earth. I don't think it's too weird. You know, it's space after all. You can do what you want. Ah, Mary, my pleasure. So that's coming out to you. I didn't get time to announce it properly, but I did do the draw. And that's coming to you. And yeah, I'm enjoying sending these out to people. Otherwise, all these cards tend to clutter up my my box. They don't clutter out; they just go in my boxes. But I make more than I can reasonably send. So the Earth, I'm just going to pop in behind the astronaut there. Don't be scared to put things in behind when you do a card like this. Now, what we haven't got yet is any rings around anything. So we might want to add some rings. So let's bring in this purple card, I think. And then I would like one of the big, no, we're just going to go with this size. This is the smaller of the rings. You can just keep building these up. The one I got given had lots of different hearts all over all of the different panels. Everything's decorated. So it's quite nice where you can just keep going, keep adding it all on. So the way the rings work is they come out as a solid oval. And then what we're going to do is just tuck it in here and then chop, chop. So we're just going to chop there, keep it held in place and chop there. And then we can glue that on, just using a little bit of Tombow glue. Keep it held in place. Doesn't need much. And then we know that's going to be good there. They look pretty. They do look lovely. We might do another one. Oh, where do we want another ring? I think we want another planet here. Let's go for this. I want this one. I'm always more drawn, I don't know why, to this set of paper, the blues, greens and pinks. You want to attach the spaceman to the ship with a string. I know. Yeah, I've got I might show you actually. I don't normally, but this one's okay. I've got an art journal page. My other passion in life is art journaling. I don't get anywhere near enough time to do it, but I do really enjoy it, and it's magazine collage, this one. So I cut some pieces out of a magazine, and I did exactly that. I've got a bit of a wonky thing here, but that's okay. So I'm just going to trim with a straight line here, and then that can go on there. I'm aware that we haven't actually stuck anything down yet. Let me see if I can show you. So that's it there. Needs to be zoom out really. It's got magazine collage down there. And then I attached the spaceman with a string to the spaceship. And then you've got the moon. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it, Shaz? Real release of emotions, release of kind of everything, and you can just pour it all out onto the page and just play with all the different stuff. Yeah, love it. Ah, thanks, Katie. Okay, so do we want some stars now? So I'm going to cut them out of, I think, this foil, but just because we're not going to see them if I do them out of the purple foil, I don't think. So let's grab some of the stars. And I think we need some fire coming out the back of the spaceship. So I might do that as well. The foil is very starry, it is for sure. So we're just going to cut a piece. These stars are lovely. You're gonna like these. Katie, you know, you shouldn't be having my cards. You've got the papers. You should be making one. And I know it's time. I am jesting. And it's not the quickest of cards to make, but I think it's totally worth it. Especially that one with pictures in. I can't remember who that was that they did the pictures for their granddaughter, but that sounds lovely. I need a new plate. Oh, I know they do, Katie. And I'll put, what shall I put? My little stamp you got me on the back of it, which I love, by the way. I use that all the time on the back of my cards. This really shouldn't be this difficult to get the stars off. They're flying everywhere. And then you just, God, it's 5 to 9. Don't they make a difference? What did I say? Toenails. What did I say? Toenails. What did I say toenails for? Pulling them off with my toenail. Is that what I said? Oh God, no. Fingernails. I don't remember. I don't even remember saying fingernails. I can tell it's 9 o'clock at night. Is this only going to get worse as I get older as well? So I might glue all this down after. I don't know. We'll see. I tend to only do an hour on lives. I'm having fun. This should not be this difficult to get them off. Oh, you were cutting your nails. I see. It wouldn't put it past me to say something like that, though, I will say. Kind of want to get it finished on here, because otherwise you won't see it all folded up. And I want you to see it. Should we do some more? Does it need more stars, I think? I think it does. Yeah, Wendy, I know. Everybody keeps telling me. I'm like, no, it's not yet. It's not. No, I'm not there yet. But they keep telling me it won't be long. Right, okay, that's too small. Shouldn't have cut it that small. It does. It makes such a difference, the stars. Stay on to finish. Okay, we'll stay on to finish. As long as you guys are okay. We won't be late, but a little bit longer. Okay, where's my plate? I think that's enough planets. I feel like that's enough planets. Shout if you disagree. But I think we'll just get some stars on. normal hormone levels. I didn't know you could do a test. I had absolutely no idea. I've been asked if I want to partake in an NHS, I don't know what to call it, a trial or a scheme where they do blood tests and then they can check my how liable I am to get all these different illnesses. I'm like, do I want to know or do I not want to know? I'm not sure. I'm tempted, very tempted, because actually if I can do, I'm not quite 40 yet. If I can do something about it now. I think summer doesn't help as well, does it? We get quite things can the heat and it can be hard work in the summer. Okay. Well, I don't think we need a crazy amount more than that. Maybe a star or two over here. And then I've got to figure out where I'm going to put the age here, I think, in the center panel. I think that's enough. Yes, I think I'm happy. Knowing when to stop is sometimes the hardest bit. Okay, so let's go. Let's go sticky stick. Don't know if you can hear the drums. We've got a circus about 5 minutes walk down the road. Russ and I went yesterday at 4:30. It was so good. I haven't been to the circus since I was a kid. And obviously there were mainly children there, but I had a great time. Although I wasn't allowed sweets. I was like a little child. I was like, I want some sweets. He's like, no, you don't need sweets. We're going home for dinner. But I want them. Yeah, I know, Shaz. We had a discussion at work about it, and quite a lot of people were like, "Oh no, gosh, no, I don't want to know," because and it tests for susceptibility to cancers as well. I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure I want to know that because I don't actually know there's a great deal you can do about that." So it's genetic. Was it genetics as well? I don't know what it was, but yeah, they take a blood test. So that's not stuck down. Oh, Gina, bless you, thank you. I'm quite pleased with it myself, to be fair. And that sometimes happens, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes things work and sometimes things don't. You guys know how it is. How are you doing with yours as well? It made me laugh earlier. Gina said on Facebook, if what's in her head comes out, and it's so true. We can have these great ideas and then just, oh no, that didn't work. Sometimes things get kept and put to one side and I'll revisit them later, and I must say other times things get thrown in the bin. It's like, nope, that's not working. Still need fire coming out the back of the spaceship. I'm just trying to decide what colour, because I'm not convinced. Not convinced yellow will work. Lemon Lolly might. I think Daffodil Delight's going to be too dark. That way up. And because this is, I'm not going to put these on dimensionals. I'm just going to lay everything flat, because it's got quite enough body, I think, to it anyway. I might have changed my mind just as I was saying that. I might put the spaceman up on dimensionals and the spaceship, and then everything else can stay flat. It's kind of worked actually better. Oh, that's good. That is good. Yeah, it's always trial and error and see, oh, how's that looking? So if we put him up, I know what you mean about having a piece of string. I could put some silver twine going across maybe. Let's think. What do we reckon? Silver twine going across to attach them. Orange, like a pumpkin pie. Oh, that could work. Mango Melody would have been good, but that's retired. Let's use a couple of little ones. So we can just use some of this if we cut it. For his leg, his arm. Do you know what? I was thinking blue flames earlier, Wendy, and I was like, nah, that's silly. It's really not, is it? You're absolutely right. Lack of oxygen in the atmosphere would keep it blue. Well, let's have a go with blue, because that would match in. And that was definitely in my mind. So they say great minds think alike. Okay, so let's pop him. There like that. Yeah, I think that does work on dimensionals. And then we're just going to keep working around, sticking everything down. Can't figure out which way I need to go. I need to go that way a bit, don't I, so you can see it. No, I know he wouldn't, Katie. All my retired stuff is out of the room. That's all. I know he wouldn't mind at all. Though I reckon they'll both get to the age where they do. They'll know, and they'll be like, that's retired. They're such switched on kids. We'll just keep working around the top, I think, and then we'll come and do the middle in a minute. What's in your, Josh, as I've just read that, what's in your head makes you buy them in the first place. That is so true. I'm like, oh, I could do that with that. And then you buy it and it's like, oh, what was I going to do? And then when you try it, it's like, nah. Yep, that is definitely me. This little one. I feel maybe we need some. No, there's quite a few. There's a few starries in the background in the paper. I'm really pleased you all made me change the colour of the cardstock. That wasn't right, was it? Okay, right. A few more bits to go. And then again, I think I'll cut them out of the foil, the numbers, just because I think that's going to work the best for them to be seen and stand out. Pick their battles. Yeah, that's so true. I must say, I can't wait to see what the rest. I mean, I have seen, but I've totally forgotten what the rest of the artisan team do with this suite. Will be coming out at the end of this month on social media. I'm sure there'll be some amazing projects. Oh, I'm getting slightly gluey fingers. Have to watch out for the numbers though. Yes, I was going to put the numbers on first, I think, because I definitely need those on there. And then I think I'll have a look at the twine and see how it feels. And then I've got the flames to do. So I think I've left space up there for the numbers. Okay, that's going to go there like that. We're going to put that on now. Let's put that on now. Running out of dimensions. Well, I'm not running out of dimensionals. I've got buckets full of them, but running out of whole dimensionals on this sheet. So we'll just go chop, 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 chop. Put those on there. So what's everybody up to this weekend? Any nice plans? I've sent Russ a link for a planetarium that's not far from us, but he didn't massively seem to bite. So that's going to go there like that, I think. Might be a bit close to that planet, but never mind. So it should still fold up. There's the front of the card. And that's it opened up. And I'm really pleased with that. That's come out great. And then we'll get the number 12. So the dies I was thinking of using are somewhere. We just need flame. I hope I've left enough space for... Well, I haven't really. Can just hang over the edge. Flame, let's not forget. Off to visit the parents this weekend. Oh, lovely. Milton's Keynes. Oh, Milton's Keynes. I love a museum. So we wanted 12, didn't we? So that's easy. There's a 1 and a 2. What I'm going to do is grab some adhesive sheet. Not adhesive sheet. I want some dimensional sheets. Where is it? These things. Foam adhesive sheets. Flamingo edges. What do you want, a flamingo edge? And then we're just going to cut enough to go our 2 letters. There and there. So we're going to cut them out of this. You could absolutely put the foil on top of here and then cut them together. But the sheer amount means that you can see the little pokey holes in the foil then. So I'm hoping if I cut them out of here and then cut them out of foil, then lay them one on top of the other, that will work better. Oh, flames on the edges. Flaming edges. Still not 100% convinced I understand. But it's better than flamingos. Which is what I thought you were saying to begin with. So we've cut that out of the may or may not work. It's maybe a disaster. It might be quite thick. They're very thin. Let's see. See how we think. I always do say it's just a bit of card. We can always do more. And then we're going to cut them out of the holographic foil. You said deflates. Yes. 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 No. Yes. The planetarium. Well, the planetarium. It's in Chichester, but it might be Clanfield, Gina. The South Downs Planetarium, run by volunteers. Wherever that is, they've got a show tomorrow night. Images from the James Webb Telescope or something. I haven't cut that foil big enough. Which I thought looked really interesting. But yeah, he doesn't bite, so I might have to broach it again. He just said, "Oh, that looks good." Yes, observe. Oh no, it's the planetarium. Wherever that is. There's the South Downs Planetarium, but I'm not sure actually where it is. Okay. Okay, so this is in flat. I think they need a bit of body. Let's see what we think with a bit of height to them. They're very thin numbers. So that can go on there like that. So now we've got them. I've just placed them in the gaps there. Yeah, I thought it'd be really interesting. It's the James Webb Telescope, isn't it? Yeah. I thought it would be good. He was working at the time though, so it might not have been top on his priority to think about. That's a bit better, isn't it? Just brings them out a little bit, I think. So let's go for that with a bit of height on. Getting all stuck to my number. Oh, have you just had a look at it, Gina? Yeah, it does look good. It's run by volunteers, so they aren't open very often. Yeah, it looks cool. Right, there we go. So there's our card. Opens up. Flame, we need some flame. And then maybe we'll try a piece of string, and then we are finished. Okay, where is it? The other thing you could do is flame just with sponged ink on rather than cut with cardstock. So let's see what we think to this. Here's our blue flame. Ah, thank you so much, Carol. Yes, that's it. I like that. Well done, Wendy. I don't think I'd have, I thought about it, but I don't think I'd have done it if you hadn't said. And I'm only putting glue on the top because it's going to hang out from underneath here and hang off the edge. So we don't want it, it's not actually hanging off too far. My desk is now a mess again. We'll try a bit of twine, but I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks. You never can tell until you try. I don't know how it's going to go past here or how I'll stick it down. But like with most things, if I really want it to work, I'll make it work. Yeah, glue dot. Tombow will stick twine as well. Did you know? I wouldn't risk it on a card once I've made it like this, but in my art journal, if you do a really thin layer of Tombow and then put the twine over it, this silver twine might not be so good. But Katie, I'm going to leave it up to you. Do you want me to put that's it with, and that's it without. I think we're good without. Stick the string down to the card. It looks good. You want me to go with it? It was coming out of there, wasn't it? Which we have kind of a glue dot, and then yeah, you just use a tiny little bit of a glue dot, don't you? In and out of there, and you can come up and around. You need a few of them. Yeah, okay, we're going for it. People are saying yes, so you clearly want to see me struggle with glue dots. Okay, where are they? Here we go. We're going with, it just adds something, I think, doesn't it? So this first one doesn't need to be rolled. We can just stick the glue dot on the end and then we can pop that underneath the spaceman. And then what we're going to try and do is roll the glue dot and then pop it on the card and then place the string on the glue dot. Oh, I haven't got a long enough piece of string now though. Right, come on, hang on. So I told you you'd want to see me. It's just to give you a good laugh, isn't it? Right, so let's move that down there a little bit. So we need to make sure this is going to fit. About like there, isn't it? Something like that, was it? Right, so let's go. Yeah, you're all going to have a good laugh. Let's push that round a bit, actually. Just so we've got a little bit more to play with. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the end, this would have been more sensible, put the other end under, and then we know what we've got to work with. Glue dots are so strong, they will hold. So we can pop that underneath here. Might be hitting a dimensional. And then we know what we've got to play with. So we can come like that and then like that. We want a couple of twists and turns in it, I think. Okay. So if you can see, I'm just rolling it with my finger. And then we're going to put one about there. And then just press that into the page. And then we'll come up and round. So we'll have another one just under here, I think. Just coming off the earth. Shaz, I am enjoying it. I am enjoying it. Like I say, I'm actually really sad that my Spaceman ones, I don't actually like what I've made, which is always a bit sad, but you know, I'm getting there with my August project, and I'm much more happy with those. And I don't know if you saw my creative post. I did the frame. That was super fun to make. Okay, and there's our string. I think that works. So hopefully it doesn't cause a tangle issue. And then you open it up and it's like that. So yes, I am absolutely enjoying it. We've still got, I couldn't believe it. It feels like it's almost coming to an end, but that's because we're starting to think about the last 4 months, but we're only in July. So plenty of time left yet. But yeah, it's gone quickly. The years do go quickly as you get older, don't they? 12 years old. He'll enjoy that. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Slightly longer than usual, so thank you for sticking with us. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you made me go for navy. And what I'll do is I'll put a panel on the back here so that you can write on it. And no, not at all, Mary. It was a great idea. It definitely works with the string. Just attaches him, tethers him too, adds a little bit of interest. I think it's. I certainly did it in my art journal. I think it's needed. But yeah, I'm not gonna stick that one up there, I don't think, because then that's gonna get all tangly. So, oh, I need to write it. Oh, so it's to Ethan from me for his birthday. Oh, I'll definitely do that. Bless his heart. Wendy, my absolute pleasure. Please do play with your papers and even if you've not got the stamps and dies. Play with the papers. It would have been lovely if they'd had some astronauts and spaceships in the papers as well, but they haven't. So if you do want astronauts and spaceships, you are going to have to get the stamp set. Don't necessarily need the dies unless you want the rings and the stars. But yeah, if you want the whole lot, obviously all the links to everything are down in my shop below. So if you would like to purchase any of the supplies I've used here, head to the description below where you will find all of the link to my online store where you can purchase everything. I normally forget to say that, but I should. And yeah, I'm going to put the measurements. I'll probably put them below in the video as well. But if you want to jump into my Songbird's Nest on Facebook, then I'll be putting them all in there as I take a picture of it as well. Yes, embossing onto foil is stunning. So if you haven't tried it before, please do give it a go. Thanks, Wendy. Thank you, Mary. Thanks, Bex. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Joanna. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Katie. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've loved every minute. I won't be here next week, sadly. I have to work nights next week. So this is it for a couple of weeks, but I will be back at some point, 2 weeks' time, hopefully, for more crafty stuff. Thanks, everybody. Take care. I'll see you all really soon. Bye for now.